Well, good afternoon everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome to the first day of autumn, where you join me on the southern coast. It's absolutely glorious today. It's a crisp 10 degrees, not a cloud in the sky, and as I just said, it is the first day of autumn. Now with it being the first day of autumn, that means British summertime is over and the long night begins. Game of Thrones pun if any of you eagle-eye viewers have ever watched it. Nerd. Cornwall is notorious for having bad winters. It's almost got its own sort of ecosystem down here, and winter is always tragic. It's miserable, damp pretty much 98% of the time, cold. You can bet your ass if it's nice anywhere else in the country, it's going to be wet and miserable down here. So us bikers have to take whatever good days they can and enjoy it, which is exactly what I'm doing today. It doesn't really get much nicer than this down here. I thought I'd get out nice and early, grab a coffee, cheeky little slice of brownie, which was very nice. I haven't ridden my bike for well over a week. If any of you guys follow my socials, you would have seen that I was in Scotland last week in the MX-5. Touring around, exploring, but it did mean that I haven't ridden my bike now since, well, probably the week before, 2 weeks. And if anyone knows me, if I don't ride my bike for more than a week, I get insufferable and miserable and intolerable. I can't not ride a motorbike, and that's my whole point of this sort of spring to autumn video. Why should, because it's turned into a different season, albeit it will become shit, why should you stop riding? A lot of people now will be tucking their bikes away, they'll be getting them cleaned and wrapped up, tucking them into bed, making them all cozy, and you won't see them again until, what, spring next year? March, April time? Because they don't want to get them dirty, or they don't want to get cold and wet. But because I don't really care about those sort of things, i.e. getting cold, wet, I don't really mind the winter as a whole. In some ways I prefer it. I ride my bikes all year round. This year will be a little bit different because I'm keeping the Versys and I've got the SV as well. The Harley's coming off the road. That will be tucked away for the winter, but that's purely so I don't ruin that bike. I've got a winter hack, the Versys. Yes. I think as long as you equip yourself with the correct gear, you know what, you're not idiots if you ride a bike. You know it's going to get cold, you know it's going to get wet, so brace yourself. Buy yourself some good gear. Nice leather jacket so you're nice and warm. Good gloves, boots that are waterproof. It's not hard, and most modern technology now, you are going to stay dry as a bone, aren't you? And you're going to be warm. You can layer up, put your base layers on, put your thermals on. Hell, go and buy some heated gear if you really want to. That's my plan this winter. There are ways and means of keeping yourself warm and dry and not having to sacrifice not riding your bike at all. I'd much rather spend some money on some gear that I know is going to do the job, so I can do stuff like this all year round and not have to worry about it. I mean, yes, arguably if the weather is like torrential, stormy, you're not going to be out on the bike unless you are a complete moron. I do have the means to not get wet. I have a car. But on the days that it doesn't look too bad, or if it's a little bit damp or just a bit overcast and cold, I'm fine with that. And realistically, in the UK, you don't really have prolonged periods of super wet weather. I mean, today tells a different story, doesn't it? It's absolutely lovely. You know, from a touring point of view as well, if you are into your tours, doing it in the winter gives it a whole different level of experience. You know, you see things differently, things look different, the roads feel different, the bike ride's different. It's a completely different experience. There we go, look. Still braving the weathers. I think it almost gives you another sense of achievement as well. You know, if you go touring in the winter, say Scotland when it's snowing, you know, it's a pretty gnarly thing to do, but if you do it and you get some wicked footage, great photos and a really good experience without coming off or fucking, you know, killing yourself, then you can almost be like, I've done that and it was amazing. Yeah, you do it in the summer, yeah, alright, it might be a bit wet in Scotland, but the roads are going to be decent. The weather's going to be relatively decent. I don't know, you just get more of a self-achievement, don't you? Same as Wales. I've done Wales God knows how many times now, and I've done that in the summer, I've done it in the winter, and it's always a different experience. I think the other thing to be mindful of as well if you're going into the winter is to prep your bike correctly. You know, if it needs new tyres, from a safety point of view, that would be, you know, a must. Make sure your brakes are all working, you know, clean and protect your bike. If you're anything like me who lives so close to the sea, I like to give mine a good coat of ACS 50, proper good clean, get in all the nooks and crannies, all the bolts, everything. Give it a proper good seal, so it's protected from the sea air, you know, all the salt, all the crap on the roads that the farmers bring out now that the harvest season's over. All the fields start getting churned up and all the mud. It just gets worse and worse and worse. So if you can protect your bike from all of that sort of thing. I think as well, winters is probably quite a big topic when it comes to winter, especially with myself and, you know, other people that I know. The whole mental health side to it. You know, winter's quite a dark and gloomy time. You know, it's dark when you go to work, it's dark when you get home. There's not a lot of sunlight in the day. It's usually wet, it's miserable. Everything can just feel a bit poo, but especially for me, like I've said, you know, if I don't ride, I get miserable. So for me to have the option, if there's a day like today, or even if it was wet but not raining or whatever, I know that I'm going to fill that void of misery just by getting out for an hour or two. Layer up, get your levers on, and just go. And if anything, moving forward into this time of the year, the roads are quieter. All the bloody holiday makers have sodded off home. You know, there's not as much traffic about, it's not as dangerous, you haven't got to have eyes in your back of your head all the time. So it makes the rides more pleasurable. Pleasurable, what a word. I'm not sitting behind you, Chief. Cornish traffic. Oh, look at the long way home. Let's have a play. See what I mean? Mud all over the roads. It's not too bad today because it's dry, but any ounce of rain, they then become ice rings. So one thing I'm going to do with this, I'm going to get some different tyres for the winter, I think. I'm all suited and booted. I've got a new leather jacket. I've got some nice warm gloves. Trousers I've already got. Might invest in some heated gear, so if anyone's got any recommendations for heated gear, that would be fabulous. Oh, this bike feels so good. This is bloody lovely. I guess the moral of this video is don't be an idiot and pack your bike away. Keep on riding. Stay out in the winter. Get out and enjoy it. Don't be a baby. Keep your bikes on the road. Keep riding. Just enjoy it. Prep for it and enjoy it. Yee-hoo-hoo! It's not a bad start to autumn, is it? Look at this. God's country. Well, on that note, team, hopefully I've given you a bit of a kick up the arse to keep your bikes on the road. But if you are going to ride this winter, just stay safe, make sure you prepare. And hopefully, I'll see you all in the next video. Ciao for now.